everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles, of course. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to do a message from the Mythic Oracle. This is interesting. This is the Oracle of the ancient Greek pantheon, and not really used to these. I think I've only used them once on a video before, and so I saw them at the bottom of my pile and I thought, why not? It must be today. So here we go. We're going to do these. Messages for everybody. I also just want to remind you that on Saturday I am holding a live at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. It's not a live to do readings and choose numbers and all that kind of stuff, but it's going to be more about spiritual talk about what's going on. Also some information that I got back in 2012 that I'm going to share again. Some meditations that I want to do with everyone. So basically it's going to kind of be like a little bit of a webinar for free with a fair bit of information. And Bobby Failsafe is going to also, obviously my husband, he's also going to be there too. And we're going to be talking about a fair few different things. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would be there with us at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Not sure how long it's going to go for. And do this world meditation as well. I'm going to do the meditation for the chakras of the earth, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so it's just going to be more of a free talk and flow and discussion. Obviously, I'm going to be bringing strength and support for you all as well. So thank you in advance for being there. I'm still offering the half price readings as well at my website. It's been tough, not just for everybody who's working and is at home. It's been tough for you guys. It's also been tough for me because nobody wants to, everybody's afraid of spending money at the moment as well. So I'm hanging in there with the half price stuff and we will all get through this together. And it's going to be so much better after all of this is finished. All right, let's get into the cards. All right. Well, we have the healing of Chiron. Straight up. Chiron healing. All right, so I want to read to you the story of Chiron, just in case. And the message that it has for us here is obviously what we're going through. Okay. So, Chiron is a centaur, of course, a creature that is half man and half horse. He was born of the union between Kronos, which appeared as a horse, and the nymph Philaria. He's very wise and a great teacher to many heroes, including Achilles, Hercules, and Peleus. Chiron was also known as a great healer, but one day by accident he was shot in the thigh by one of the poisonous arrows of Hercules and was unable to heal himself. Being immortal, he could not die, but he existed in great pain. So he made a bargain with Zeus to give up his immortal life for the life of Prometheus, who had been hung upside down, having his liver eaten for stealing fire and giving it to men. Chiron was then placed in the sky as the constellation Sagittarius. Okay, so the wounded healer energy. So all healing requires a sacrifice of some kind. We need to give up what is keeping us bound in pain, which is usually tied up with what is keeping us bound in comfort. Sometimes it feels harder to give up the old, comfortable thoughts and beliefs that are actually keeping us miserable, rather than ridding ourselves of those self-destructive patterns and being happy and healthy. If you've drawn this card, which we have today, healing is necessary in your life now. Whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, it's essential right now to pinpoint what aspects of your life are in need of balance. Okay? So this is a time of healing for you. This is a time of healing for the globe, of course. We are looking at things that bother us. We are looking at things that upset us. We're looking at ways in which people can try to get a rise out of us as well, and make us upset in some way, or the he said, she said stuff, or, you're constantly being reminded of things from the past, or something didn't work exactly as planned and somehow it's your fault, or whatever it is. You need to look at these things and why we allow things to bother us in a way, right? Sometimes we let things get to us because we're feeling less than, because we're feeling vulnerable, because we're feeling sensitive. So someone says something and ordinarily it wouldn't really bother us at all. But then one day comes along and someone says the wrong thing and we're like, what? How could you think that? What is this all about? And we get all upset. So we got to look at those trigger points, because right now we are in this time of self-reflection. I've just had news yesterday that a friend of mine died, and another friend of mine has the virus. However, the friend of mine with the virus, they recovered really quickly. They got 2 days where they had the symptoms that everybody talks about. They were home from the hospital straight away, and then like the next couple of days started to get better, and then they had like a recurrence of symptoms again, but back to normal again now. So it all kind of went over 4 or 5 days and back to normal. And then yesterday hearing about my friend passing away was not from COVID-19, just happened very, very suddenly. And so it kind of brought me into an emotional state today. And when I'm in an emotional state, if I'm upset or crying or hurting or sad for someone or sad for my friends and their family, etc., it makes me, this is when I'm the most sensitive. So if someone sends me a message or sends me something, whatever, and normally I can just push it past me or just let it go or not worry about it or deal with it later. But when I'm super sensitive, it's when I will just stick up for myself, and I have to do that sometimes because it's too much, having energy drawn from all directions, and you guys may be feeling that as well. Like your energy is just all over the place because there's so many things to be thinking about and doing, and we need to keep strong. Chiron is bringing us strength in our healing, in our knowledge, in the world. We're going to find out things, behind the scenes that have been going on for a very long time. It's all going to come out in the open, And this is what all this has been about. And also, and I keep saying it, I'm just so happy for the earth. What a relief. What a relief to have all of that weight off of you. All of that, clearing happening. The ozone layer is repairing itself. Birds and fish and dolphins and all kinds of stuff is happening around the globe, where animals are being found where they haven't been seen, It's just amazing. It needed to happen. So we're in this clearing energy, okay? And it's time for healing for you. Greatest gifts that we impart to the world come from our greatest wounds, okay? Through the process of healing, you can learn about the inherent gifts that exist within you and make the heroic choice to use your gifts for the greater good of all. Exactly what happened to me, So it's amazing everything that's happened. I've been able to then help other people because I've experienced it. And you most likely are the same. All right, let's get another message from these awesome cards. Well, that one fell out, so I'm guessing we need to take it. Oh, look, it's Zeus. Okay, we need that father energy right now, right? Divine expansion. Let's do the Zeus card, the Olympian. Zeus, the divine expansion. So, Zeus is the king of the gods and the lord of men in Greek mythology. He is the ruler of the skies and the father of the world. His symbol is the lightning bolt, and he is the last-born son of the titans Cronus and Rhea. Cronus ate his children, fearing that one would overthrow him, as he had overthrown his own father. But when Zeus was born, Rhea tricked Cronus, giving him a stone instead of Zeus to eat. Zeus was then reared safely And when he had grown, he freed his brothers and sisters, and together they overthrew their father and the Titans, allowing Zeus to take his place as king of the Olympian gods. So Zeus represents the divine spark of life. He holds the entire limitless space for the heavens within his realm. This is a great time of expansion for you. A new spark of divinity has been planted, and as the seed grows, so too will your consciousness undergo a deep transformation and expansion. This may also be a good time for you to write or record ideas. Okay, so awakenings, realizations, personal epiphanies. These can be happy. We can have, happy, joyous ones, but also scary. As a shift in consciousness always requires you to let go of an old way of thinking, And that's how we grow and heal, is by examining the recurring, situations in our life. Why do we keep getting these kinds of situations? What is this teaching us? And then we can go ahead and go, okay, I'm not going to let that bother me, or I'm not going to let that upset me, or I'm not going to react in that way. I'm going to react in this way and bring myself into a new reality, right? So you are being touched by lightning now, and it has awakened you to your full potential. This is an inspired time where anything is possible. The old unnecessary patterns and illusions are being shaken off, and only what is true will remain. As you become illuminated by new insights and feel a surge of energy rushing through you, the universe will guide you to your higher goals. Just trust. This is a time to live life as truly empowered and awake. And I often tell people, you actually don't realize how powerful you are, right? It's not talking about egotistical power or being superior or being better than anybody else. That's not what's meant. It's like your power of your mind, of your words, of your focus, of your intention. You can intend to be scared of something and it won't let you down. You can intend to be strong and you will be strong and confident and wise. You can intend to tune in to, higher divine guidance and trust what you're feeling, and you will receive it or not. And some people are like, well, I don't know if I can trust that, or this is happening to me, so it must be that, or I'm going to go to the worst case scenario because that's what always happens to me. You know what I mean? So we've got to be careful of what we're thinking, or what we're feeling, of what we're doing. Especially now, we're all inside. We're all doing our best to stay safe. We're all focused on not being bored, right? A lot of people. I'm focused more on declarations, on catching up with readings for all of you because of the half price sale. So, trying to get the message to you in deep and powerful ways, focusing on the things that I'm thinking about, going through my own journey, because obviously I feel I'm very sensitive to energy all the time. So I've got to make sure that I'm protecting myself. I'm trying to be a good strength for all of you as well, and try to keep very, very positive about this whole thing. My dad's terrified. My stepmom has Alzheimer's. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. My dad had a heart attack last year, so he's stressed out about her, and he's worried. He's in Pennsylvania and I can't get there. There's all kinds of things. My two sons are still in Australia and I'm worried about them in a way. In another way, I'm not, because they're so funny about everything and they take everything in their stride and they're very, very positive, that they're fine and all that kind of stuff. But, you feel the distance, don't you? If you're in this position and your children are in another state or in another town or wherever they are, or your parents are somewhere else, you're feeling the distance right now, right? So we have to keep strong. We have to channel our power together. And this is another reason why I wanted to talk and just have a talk with you guys on Saturday and build this energy, vibration, momentum, right? Because we've got this. If we all work together, with the same vision in mind, the more powerful everything becomes. Okay, So one more card, guys. Okay. Themis. Natural order. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Number 6. Natural order. So, Themis is the goddess of natural order, the daughter of Gaia and Uranus. She was known for her wisdom and acted as counsel to Zeus. Themis governs the law of nature as opposed to the law of man. When she is dishonored, Nemesis, the goddess of retribution, takes revenge. Ooh. So Themis is the balance of all things, as is nature. All things have a natural order, day, night, harmony, chaos, birth, death. And when we struggle against this natural order, we become severely out of balance. Justice is a balance, and balance comes when there is order. This is the time to get your life in order, from your home and personal space being clear, to your personal and financial paperwork being organized, your diet clean and healthy, and relationships clear and honest. Order is necessary right now, and this can take hard work and focus. It's time to look at all the aspects of your life and face them head on. There may be confrontation on both inner and outer levels at the moment. You may need to chase up bills, confront a person or institution, or deal with personal issues, habits, and beliefs. Isn't this crazy right now for all of us? Justice is not an eye for an eye. Justice is the natural order of the universe. We cannot control other people, nor can we control every event that happens in our lives. There are many times that we will experience pain and circumstances that will feel unfair. But in time, all things find their natural way of finding balance, and they do not need to be forced. What you can control is the responsibility that you have to yourself and to do what you believe to be right. If you are clear in your life and honest with yourself, then justice will surely follow. So balancing things, the natural order of things. You know, when we are in tune with nature and we're in tune with who we are and what we want to do, and we're bringing in this balance, you know, doing our declarations and keeping ourselves strong and, you know, focusing on all the positives that are around us, we continually begin to manifest more of the same. And the earth also feels this energy and feels this blessing as well, you know. So really everything is in the right state right now, even if it feels like it's all over the place. Really everything is happening in divine timing. That we are guided, we are protected, we are loved unconditionally. And yes, you may be tested at the moment with annoyances or insecurity or triggering of anxieties or, you know, upset, right? But we have to learn to manage these things. We have to learn to, you know, just imagine if there was nobody out there that you could reach out to help you. You know, there was nobody that you could rely on to fix your problem or sort out your issue or help you with your anxiety or help you when you feel lost or help you when you don't understand something. What are you going to do? You're going to have to find the answers within, you know. And basically that is exactly what happened to me. There was nobody to turn to. There was nobody to help. There was no family to, you know, support or be a safety safety net, you know. There was nobody there to say, if I said, oh, hey, you know, I'm struggling with this anxiety right now. There was nobody to even talk to. And at the time, when I was going through all of this hardship, etc., I wished, you know, that there was someone I could speak to that would actually help. I wished I could reach out to my mother or my father or somebody to help. You know, I really wanted it. But it turned me into who I am today. I started to think about it. I started to think what advice I would be giving other people in the same situation. I started to look about where in my life I'm worrying unnecessarily. Where was I absorbing? Where was I dealing or feeling responsible for other people's crap? You know? And it strengthened me to the point where it's like anything that is asked. It's like anything that somebody asks me or anything that there's an issue with, I feel like, okay, yep, here's the answer. Do you know what I mean? Here's the way that we could do this because it will help you and help others. Do you know what I mean? Now, if I hadn't have gone through the Chiron energy, you know, which we had in the beginning here, if I hadn't gone through the wounding or the wounded healer and figured it all out, and if I hadn't have had to rely on myself, I may be someone who's wandering around lost right now, you know. But when I started to think for myself, in came the divine expansion, the thing that everyone's looking for. How do I open my abilities? Okay, you stop going to everybody else and you start focusing on yourself. You know, stop spreading yourself so thin and focus on yourself and your wellness and your healing and your abilities yourself and your meditation and your declarations and your, you know, pulling your energy in, etc. And do the work. And you go to the next phase of your life. You go into this expansion where you're always connected, like all the time. It doesn't go anywhere because you trust it, you feel it, you be it, you say it, you are it, you know. And then the natural order of everything happens, you know. It all falls into natural order. And it's easy to revert back to worry. It's easy to work back to stress, to revert back to fear, sadness, hurt, grief, all of those things. It's not saying that suddenly you're going to never experiencing anything like that again, but it's that you learn how to cope, you know. And that's the difference. That's where you feel strong. If you can cope with things, you feel strong. So I really hope that these messages helped you to feel strong and understand, you know, yourself and the next phase of your journey as well. And that we are sensitive at the moment. So make sure that you're really calling everybody close, your support team, your divine team close, and focusing on meditating and clearing your mind. Try not to meditate if you're all over the place, same as doing cards and things like that. You don't want to do cards when you're all confused because you get a confusing answer. You don't want to meditate when you're all over the place either because you feel like it's not working or you can't connect and it's all frustrating and blah, blah, blah. So mentally, you know, bringing yourself into a space of peace and comfort and healing first, just mentally letting it all go and then allowing yourself to explore other things. Okay, thank you all so much for listening, subscribing, being here, watching, being a part of the whole thing. Sending love and comfort and support to each one of you, whatever you're going through. Please know that you have support on your side, okay? And that we're all in this together right now. So as a collective, we're all feeling different emotions as well. And I'm sending love to all. And until the next time, many blessings and goodbye for now. Bye.